What if I told you that the most powerful woman in Jesus' life was nearly wiped from history? Not by accident. Not by misunderstanding. But by design. She walked beside him. She was there when he bled. When he rose. And when the others were too afraid to follow. And yet, centuries later, her story was rewritten. Her name twisted. Her gospel burned. They tried to erase her from Scripture. But they failed. Because the truth has a pulse. And no matter how deep you bury it, it always finds a way back. This is the story of Mary Magdalene. The disciple they couldn't silence. They called her a sinner. They labeled her a prostitute. But none of that is in the Bible. Not one verse. That version of Mary was created by a pope, 6 centuries after her death. He stood in a pulpit and lied. Combining 3 different women into one. And turning a teacher into a cautionary tale. Why? Because a woman who taught, who led, who held sacred knowledge, was a threat. Not to Jesus, but to the men who came after. The real Mary Magdalene wasn't hiding in the shadows. She was front and center. When Jesus was crucified, she didn't run. When he died, she didn't hide. She stood at the foot of the cross. When nearly everyone else vanished. And when he rose from the dead, he didn't appear to Peter. He didn't appear to James. He appeared to her. That moment wasn't symbolic. It was intentional. She was the first witness. The first preacher of the resurrection. The apostle to the apostles. But her leadership didn't stop there. In a long-lost gospel, hidden for over 1,000 years, she speaks with power. The Gospel of Mary. Discovered in Egypt in 1945. This ancient manuscript shows Mary leading the male disciples. Explaining visions. Revealing teachings Jesus gave only to her. Peter challenges her. He questions why Jesus would speak to a woman in secret. Mary answers plainly. I will hide nothing from you. She doesn't apologize. She doesn't step back. She speaks. And the truth shakes the room. That gospel was banned. Buried. Declared heresy. Because it shattered the idea that only men could lead. But you can't kill a story forever. Today, scholars are rereading the Bible. And finding her fingerprints everywhere. She was not a footnote. She was the bridge. Between death and resurrection. Between silence and testimony. And now, after centuries of distortion, her voice is rising again. The question is, why were we so afraid of her? Maybe because she shows us a different Christianity. One that empowers the forgotten. One that values love over control. One that listens to women, instead of silencing them. Mary Magdalene was never the fallen woman. She was the one who stood when everyone else fell. And they tried to erase her. But they failed. Because now, we remember. And once you know the truth, you don't unlearn it. You pass it on. So here it is. Her name was Mary. She walked with Christ. She spoke his words. And the world wasn't ready for her. But maybe now, finally, it is.